But to start the evening off, I'd like to say good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and the panel. And first of all, I'd like to thank my excellent lawyer team, Catherine Tyhurst and Peter Firestone. Without them, I could very possibly have been in prison. And I'd also like to thank Ruth and Themis for the excellent fundraising. I would be bankrupt if it weren't for them. And then I'll start to say, a time to die, whose choice? Well, Monique Chiret and Leanne Burchell firmly believed it was their choice and their time to die. And if you could have seen Leanne, you would have really believed it was her time to die. She suffered horribly. Her pain was not, she was not able to get her pain under control. And in order to help her to control the pain, she would take scalding hot water bottles and put them on her chest. And you could smell the burnt flesh. It was not a pretty sight. And no one should have to suffer like that. No one. I've been away, and just last evening I heard that Barbara Burchell, the mother of Leanne and my good friend, had died. I'm sure that Leanne inherited some of her mother's energy and her love of life. I will miss her. The only consolation is that her death was fast. And I do offer my sincere condolences to Barbara's son Mark and daughters Denise and Carolyn. I believe I have the right to choose the manner and time of my own death. My children are all in agreement, and they ask only to be with me if and when the time comes. Barbara Burchell told me that she envied me. I asked her why, and she said, I am Leanne's mother. I should have been there. Excuse me. One option available to terminally ill people is palliative care. But this is only available to a small percentage of us. And even they don't always keep the pain under control. And we know that's true. Another option we have is passive euthanasia, the withdrawal of life-sustaining treatment. This often means a slow, agonizing death by starvation or drowning in our own mucus. I know of a personal case of an 82-year-old man in Alberta, and he had cancer, but he was not in pain, and he chose to die by starvation and without the water. It took him over a month without any sustenance, and he died after that. But over a month. Well, we know that euthanasia means good death. But what about the person whose life is already made unbearable by pain? Must he or she continue to endure unspeakable suffering? One day, you may have to make a choice. And what will you do then? What if you're ill with a terminal or life-threatening illness? What will you do when you can no longer control the pain? It seems that many of us don't think about the issue until we've had the unforgettable experience of watching a loved one die in unending pain. Well, before my brother died, I never gave the matter much thought either. His death and his agony changed my life. It forced me to face my own mortality. And do I want to die as he did? Begging us to help him die? No, not for me. When he was asked what his level of pain was, on a scale of 1 to 10, he said 13. And he was a stoic man, so we knew he was in great pain. Another shining example of insufficient pain control. We've all heard the objections to assisted dying, the slippery slope. And there are those who liken euthanasia to Nazi death camps. These people are making a shocking and ludicrous comparison. The victims of extermination were given no choice. And choice, the freedom of choice, is what we're striving for. Nobody in the current debate is talking about giving anyone, doctors or anyone else, free rein to start killing people. To suggest this is to miss the point completely, or to deliberately fog the issue because of a hidden agenda. I have little respect for those people opposed to euthanasia or assisted suicide who keep trotting out the line that because it might be abused, it shouldn't be permitted. If we were to follow this logic to its own conclusion, we'd never have any freedom at all. Choices in Dying has been very active. A petition was presented to Irwin Cotler, our Justice Minister, and he has confirmed that he is serious about reopening end-of-life issues in the House. Dr. Keith Martin has also given his support, but he also added that more studies are needed. More studies, more special committees, and more delays. The people who need a more compassionate way to die need an answer now. Many of us in this field believe that a decision could be made by referendum. The law making assistance illegal is an outdated remnant of a bigoted past. A law which 75% of Canadians have been in favor of scrapping for years. This wish has been consistently blocked by a powerful minority. This forces 75% of us to watch our tax dollars spent on prosecuting people like me. The time has come for Parliament to catch up to the majority of Canadians on this matter. People like Sue Rodriguez from Victoria and Austin Bastable from Windsor, they made the supreme effort of going to the courts, but they were denied. Let's hope that the future will bring open and compassionate response to those who are suffering. I believe this is the point in history when the subject of choice in dying is an idea whose time has come. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening.